I'm Meredith Boggs.
I'm Shane Edinger. We begin tonight with a special story of a former Hanford worker who was exposed to chemical vapors from a tank farm spill in 2007.
It's a story you will only see on NBC right now about Lonnie Poteet, who copes every day with life-changing medical complications. Jane Sander has his story.
There continue to be reports of Hanford tank farm workers getting sick from exposure to chemical vapors. The story I have for you tonight isn't about a tank farm worker. It's about Lonnie Poteet, a truck driver at Hanford. He arrived outside a tank farm to deliver some fuel and quickly started feeling symptoms of exposure to chemical vapors. What he didn't know was a nuclear waste spill happened hours before at the tank farm.
I was already burning from my glove line to my t-shirt line in the side of my face, and I was already starting to lose a little bit of vision in my right eye.
It all happened so fast. On July 27, 2007, Lonnie Poteet, a contracted worker, drove up to site to deliver some fuel. At the time, CH2M Hill was managing the tank farm cleanup and failed to notify all workers about the spill. You showed up at the fence line of that tank farm where there was the spill.
Yes.
You had no idea what was going on.
Correct. There was nobody in whites. There was nobody around. There was just a normal day, it looked like to me. We hadn't heard anything. Nobody had called and communicated there had been a spill. Nothing.
The spill happened reportedly at 2:10 a.m.
Correct.
You showed up at 10 a.m. Are you frustrated that within that time span, you as a contracted worker were not notified that you probably shouldn't go out there?
I'm very frustrated. When they told their crews that showed up that day to go to work to stay in because they had a potential spill, they held them back but notified nobody else. They put me in harm's way by not telling. Specifically, they asked me to be there as late in the day as possible. They knew I was coming. Why didn't they say something?
Poteet describes living his life now as a recluse because of his health issues following exposure to chemical vapors. He wears sunglasses because he has vision loss in his right eye and is sensitive to light. He has sharp pains in his head and they cause him to often twitch. He says medication prevents him from collapsing in pain due to severe nerve damage in his brain. But the most painful part of Poteet's story to hear is his fear of not being around to watch his grandson grow up. Poteet takes care of his grandson and worries he might collapse one day and not wake up.
I won't be here.
That's your deepest fear?
Yep. Who's going to take care of? That's my fear.
Poteet doesn't want to see more workers go through what he deals with every day. When I asked Poteet if he thinks significant changes have been made to protect workers, he told me absolutely not. With the several recent reports of vapor exposure, what are your thoughts on that and what are your concerns for the workers there?
They're going to be exposed to the same situation I am. That's my concern for them. And nobody's going to do anything to stop it. I don't care what they say in the papers. As long as there's profit in what they're doing and they get their bonuses on a decent time, that's all they care about. Most of the workers on site right now are running scared. They will not bring up any safety concerns because as soon as you do, you're going to be labeled and thrown off the site. It's just as fast as they can go. They'll either create stuff that never happened or they'll find ways to get you.
So how do you respond to their statements that they encourage people to come forward and present safety concerns?
The law says they have to say that. They don't believe it. They don't show that in their practices.
CH2M Hill was fined more than $300,000 by the Department of Energy for nuclear safety violations. CH2M Hill no longer manages the tank farm cleanup. Washington River Protection Solutions now currently does that work. Poteet says companies may change, but DOE remains in charge, and the culture of cleanup continues to get Hanford workers just like him sick. Live in the studio, Jane Sander, NBC Right Now.
Thank you, Jane. New at 6.